All right, y'all. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It's 10:37 a.m. Pacific time. It's January 11th, 2026. Let's begin. Crowd for hire. Boss rejects Minneapolis unrest as illegal chaos. As anti-ICE agitators disrupt streets across Minneapolis, the CEO of a national protest organizing firm says the demonstrations have crossed into illegal territory, prompting his company to stay away entirely. Adam Stewart, chief executive officer of Crowds on Demand, told Fox News Digital his firm would not touch the Minneapolis protest with a 10-foot pole, citing blocked roadways, obstruction of federal agents, and threats against authorities following a fatal shooting during an ICE enforcement operation. Blocking roadways, obstructing federal agents, and threatening authorities are illegal, and we do not engage in any form of illegal protest, said Swart, warning the chaos playing out on city streets will have the opposite effect demonstrators claim to want. The impact these protests will actually be to increase ICE operations, not decrease them. Swart said mixing peaceful protesters with agitators creates serious risks on multiple fronts. A lot of the people protesting on the streets are actually violent, he said. They are unhinged, unstable people who pose a risk to peaceful protesters. That's why we're staying out. Suarez rejected claims that blocking roads or confronting officers amounts to nonviolent resistance, calling those actions inherently dangerous, particularly during active law enforcement operations. When you block the ability of federal agents to get in and out of a scene, you are putting them at risk from a violent mob, he said. The ability to enter and exit safely is fundamental to law enforcement. He added that winter conditions only compound to the danger. The roads are icy and snowy. Swart said, "You're creating barriers that put vehicles at risk, and you're also putting yourself and other protesters at risk." Beyond law enforcement concerns, Swart warned that road blockages endanger the broader community. Who else can't get enough through when the roads are blocked? Ambulances, fire trucks, he said. Emergency services have nothing to do with politics, and you're making it impossible for them to do their jobs. Swart said such tactics ultimately undermine protesters' stated goals and strip their message of credibility. When protesters commit illegal activity, what's lost is the substance of the message, he said. People don't hear what you're protesting, they just see the blocked street. The agitators took to the streets after a fatal encounter between ICE agents and 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good during a federal enforcement operation in South Minneapolis, according to the Department of Homeland Security. DHS said agents were attempting to make arrests when Good allegedly attempted to use her vehicle as a weapon against officers, prompting a federal agent to fire in self-defense, killing Good. The incident remains under investigation. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that shooting was preventable and occurred amid escalating interference with federal officers. She said ICE agents became stranded when one of their vehicles was struck in the snow and were surrounded and blocked by agitators. According to Noem, Good repeatedly obstructed officers, ignored commands to exit her vehicle, and then weaponized her vehicle in an attempt to run over an officer who was struck and later treated at a hospital. Swart said the arrest following the shooting underscores why his firm refuses to participate in confrontational activity. The chaos on the streets of Minneapolis shows why our approach, peaceful, lawful, persuasive, respectful, is the most effective, he said. Swart warned the street unrest is actively counterproductive. If protesters think this will deter ICE, they're wrong, he said. What's far more likely is that ICE will increase its presence to deal with agitators. The administration will want to show it won't be intimidated. He added that he has long offered Minneapolis leaders and stakeholders the opportunity to run lawful campaigns aimed at improving safety and restoring order, but said for fear and intimidation have stalled those efforts. Swart blamed the climate for the city's continued decline, pointing to reduced police presence, shuttered businesses, and the recent loss of Minneapolis' only commuter rail line. There's no one in Minneapolis who believes the city was well run, he said. It's failing by not any objective standard. Swart said the city can still recover, but only if residents reject intimidation and lawlessness. This can be your rock bottom, he said. You don't need to fall further, but you but people have to find the courage to stand up for their city. I want to engage in making Minneapolis a better place, Swartz added, not adding to the chaos currently unfolding. Again, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram, the Studio 11. Follow me on X, Studio 2020. I like to say Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you in the next one.